Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Will. Today on the lathe I have this nice piece of yew. So looks a nice knotty piece, so there might be some interesting grain. So we shall take a closer look at it. So yeah, as I said, a nice knotty piece. Just this odd looking piece coming this way and some swirls in it here. So there has this lump here, so there might have been a branch coming out here at some stage that just healed over. So might be some interesting grain inside here. So yeah, a little bit of decay there, but yeah, it's an odd shape outside. Believe it or not, I actually did pull it out of my firewood pile. So so a rescue piece, but some really nice tight grain in it. Oh, there's something. Poor little spider. Go away, you. You can find a home somewhere else. But yeah, some interesting grain and knots, and yeah, so it's nice and dry. So anyway, getting back to turning, I have my little piece of perspex, so I just stuck it down and moved it around, see where could I find the best possible shape. So yeah, which was there, just marked the centre with a brad off. So what are we going to do, guys? We're going to mount it on a woodworm screw. So have my drill, 8mm bit, and oh, little bit of mulberry stuck on there, so we know what that was used for last. So now get our hole drilled. That should be enough, I think. So now we should get it mounted on the chuck. Again, always pull the worm screw out to the front before you tighten it up. Now we're in nice and tight. So I drilled an 8mm hole in that. It was actually hard to get it on, but yew is a really hard, dense timber. So we've got some loose bark, so that will go. So anyway, as you guess, we're going to go for some sort of a bowl or dish or whatever. I'm not sure. We'll see what the piece brings. We'll just get to turning, and what will be will be. So yeah, so most of the bark will pop off. So anyway, so what I'll do first is I might just take away some of these corners here, and then what I'll do is I'll focus on getting a chucking point, whether it be a recess or a tenon. So it's not touching, so I can go in another little bit. So now I'll start off with a 5/8 inch ball gouge. So now I'll see what speed I can get. So I've got 750, guys. That's absolutely low. It's just starting to wobble a bit, so I'll knock it back. So about 700. More than enough. So now, carefully we'll nibble away some of this. So now I took away some of these edges. So I go up another little bit. Move my tool rest a little bit closer. Some beautiful colour starting to show. That's what we want. So yeah, this piece, as I said, I didn't trim up the edges, so I might have to do a bit of tidying up on these after. But if I keep going anyway, hopefully this point will turn away. I don't want that there. So we'll take another cut. So some of that sharp point is gone, which is no harm. Now I'm up nearly to the edges there, so quite uneven, but as I said, we can address that at a later stage. So now back to getting a tenon. So we have like this little elbow here, so I'll flatten this off and hopefully I'll have enough room there to get a tenon. So no, I don't have enough yet, so I'm going to have to go in another little bit. There is a little valley here, so most of my wood is on this side, but I'll go in a bit further and see if I can get what I want. That might have done the job. So the chuck I have on will require 50 mil. So I've just set my dividers. So that's the center. Let's see how that looks. So now most of my tenon is out into this cavity here. Well, not most, but there's probably a quarter of it is in that cavity. So I might have to go in another little bit. Now we'll check it again. So it's a little bit better. Anyway, we'll try it and see how we go. So not a bad size tenon, a little bit of bark here, but I've enough material here, so I'm pretty confident that will hold. So am I happy with it? Should I go in a bit more, see can I get some better wood? But this cavity here, I might have to go in a bit too far. So decisions. Yeah, I think I'll go in a bit more, because even though I'm happy with the tenon, when I get to a finished piece, I'm going to have this cavity shown in the foot, so I wouldn't be happy with that. So yeah, I think I'll go in another small bit and see. It's a little bit better, but still I ain't happy. So guys, that is a lot better. So we're going to go with that. So now, perfect tenon, and I have a nice clean bit of wood all the way around. So when I remove the tenon, it's sitting on a nice foot. So back to shaping. So I'll take another few cuts up along here and see. As I said guys, I had no shape in mind, I just see what the piece brings. So the grain in this wood is really so tight, with the exception of just a few here, but the rings are so close together. It's really good. Yeah, so getting close. So I'm going to take another few passes and So I'm out to a sharp edge all the way here and here. Do. So decisions. So yeah, I think I want to get rid of some of this. So that means I'm going to have to go in a little bit further here. So that took away some of it. So I have nice clean wood here and here. So I'm quite happy with that. Just a little bit here. So let's see, can I get rid of some of that? So just a tiny little bit there. Let's see if I can get that gone. And that's gone. So we have a nice clean surface all the way around. So here I've picked up some torn grain, a couple of little tool marks there. So I need to get rid of that. So I'm just going to do a shear scrape just along with the left wing. So tool closed over. I can bring the speed up a little bit, so just doing about 1200 RPM now. So just going to draw that tool across the surface. So we have a lovely clean surface now all the way, just bar this piece here at the end. So happy with that. So I'll just move my tool instead to the outer edge. And you see, can I improve that? So now that is quite good, quite clean. So that's a sandable finish in my book. So again, not sure about these edges. The bark is quite crumbly, so might leave it till the end and see how it looks. If some of it stays, maybe some of it can stay. So yeah guys, I think I'm happy to get this sanded. I will be removing the tenon at the end, so it'll just sit on this section here, which will probably be about 2.5 inches, so which will look good, I think. So anyway guys, I'll get it sanded and I'll take you back when we're ready to move on to the next stage. So now guys, that's the piece all sanded. I sanded up to my usual 400 grit and it came up really good. Really happy with it. Grain is crazy. It's really nice. So anyway, I'm gonna hold off on the finish because I'm not sure what I'm going to decide about this bark. It is quite flaky. It's popped off in a few different places, so I might have to resand these areas. So I don't want to put any finish on it yet, but I will be able to do it at the end. So what I'm going to do, guys, is going to get it off the worm screw and flip it around and get it into the chuck, and we can start turning the inside. So now guys, all turned around in the chuck. So first job will be to true up this. So still have a couple of saw marks here, so I need to go back another little bit, but this side I'm hitting good wood. So we'll take one more pass. So we have a little cavity here, and it runs all the way here to the center. So decision making time. Do I just want to core out a small section for a bowl and leave a wide edge, or take it all the way out? So that might remove some of this area here. So just stick a few lines on it, it'll give us something for a reference point. So do I take out all this and try and leave all this area here, or do I take it back to here? Boom, boom, boom. So that will, I will lose all of that then. All of that. Yeah, that's a hard one, guys. What I'm going to do is I'll take a few cuts here and just dish it a small bit and see what it looks like. And maybe that'll make up my mind for me. So I have a little bit more to go to get to the bottom of my screw hole. So, boom, boom. Guys, I'm thinking of leaving this, because if I don't leave an edge here, it's gonna, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, decisions. Yeah, this can stay, I think. So we're just going to follow this down another bit and see how it looks. So I've still got about 3/4 of an inch of material to go in the bottom. So we shall go down another little bit. So now we shall take a look. Look at the grain that's in that piece. It's everywhere. It's really, really cool. Yeah, I think I made the right decision, guys, by leaving this. So yeah, some of you are probably shouting at the screen, "Oh, cut it away, cut it away." But I kind of like it. So yeah, that leaves me with the job of having to do something with this bark. So yeah, it's flaking off. So I think I might have to pop all that off, whatever's left. But anyway, back to this piece here. So what I'm going to I need to go down about another 1/2 inch here, but I'm going to leave this material here because it'll start flexing a bit if I take out too much. So I just want to tidy up this edge a little bit better. So that is quite good. Just a little bit of torn grain here. So I'm just going to switch to my spear point scraper and just do a little shear scrape. So that, guys, is a perfect finish. So I'll just change to this overhead camera, and this edge here is actually quite sharp, and we've a rough patch here. So I'm thinking of cutting it clean. Because it's already rounded on this side from the cut anyway, so I might as well even it up. There's just this one section here, so I'm only going to lose probably 3/8 of an inch or 10 mil. So I think that's what I might have to do. I'll stop and take a look. Nice and clean there. So nearly there, just this last little piece here. So that has done the job. So now, guys, that's the edges done. We already had one rounded edge, so I didn't mind taking off the other bit, but I still think we have some cool shape. So now back to the middle. section. So I've another cut or two to take. So really happy with that, guys. So I think I'm going to run with that and get it sanded. So we just switch back to this camera here and take a look at the bark. So it's quite flaky there, and there's not much of it left. Here there's a big chunk missing, little bit, so I might clean that up. I'll leave some of it if it stays. On this side, yeah, it's all quite loose, so I think I'm going to take all the bark off on this side, definitely. And as I said, this section is gone, so it only leaves a bit, but yeah, I'll get it sanded and see how it looks. So now that's the piece all sanded. I sanded up to 400 yet again, so came up really good. I did hand sand the edges and bark all came off, guys, so it wasn't a big job. Most of it fell off anyway, so yeah, liking it. I think if I'd have went back that time and took a bigger section, I would have had 2 gaping holes here, and it mightn't have looked so good. So at least now it has some bit of functionality to it. So you know, a little candy dish or something to that effect, or a little bowl just to throw keys or something, or coins or something into. But anyway, we'll get it cleaned up. So have some denatured alcohol or methylated spirits, whatever you call it, wherever you're from. Oh yeah, that is ever so good. So now nice and clean, and the alcohol has all dried off. So for a finish, I'm going to put on some shellac sanding sealer first. I'll get a couple of coats on. It's just blonde shellac. Just make sure it goes into all those crevices, because there is quite a few little cracks in the piece on the ends. So now I'll just let that dry, and I shall get a second coat, and we'll take it from there. So now guys, the sanding sealer was all dry, and as you can see I just gave it a quick buff with the mop just to denib it. So yes, came up pretty good. So for a finish, that was just a sanding sealer. So yeah, for a finish, I've had this sitting on the shelf for the last few months, and I've been just itching to have a go with it. Yeah, it's covered in dust. So yeah, I've been itching to have a go with it. So yeah, it's Howard Feed and Wax, wood polish and conditioner, beeswax and orange oil. So yeah, this should smell nice. So just grab a piece of paper towel, and I presume that's how you can apply it. Yeah, that's how I'm going to apply it. I wonder if you have to shake it up. smells good anyway. Turn on the light, see if that helps. Oh yeah, that helps a little bit. Oh guys, the smell off of this is amazing. Just rub it into all those little crevices. So that's a good generous layer on everywhere. So now guys, that's a nice generous coat on. So I have to leave it now for about 20 minutes just to set up, I presume, and then clean off and buff up, and job is done. What I'll do though guys, I'll buff it up and I'll take the tenon on because the video will be quite long, and we'll take a look at the finished piece then. So guys, I've wiped off the excess of the Howard feed and wax, so just giving it a final little buff. Just have a little mop in the chuck, as you can see. And also took the tenon off, so I'm happy with this. So we'll get rid of this guy and we'll take a look. So there we go. Look at all that beautiful colour. I love the nice dark bands here. It's a nice little inclusion here as well. So yeah, it's a nice rustic piece. I think if I had it took out a bit more, I would have lost a lot, and you mightn't have even seen the piece because I probably would have threw it in the bin. But yeah, really happy with that piece, guys. Really happy. So that was my first time using the Howard feed and wax. So yeah, maybe a bit of a learning curve on that. I did leave it to 20 minutes and wiped it off and gave it a quick buff. But yeah, it actually came out quite well. So no scratch marks or anything, so which is good. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video as I did turning it. It was quite a fun turn for me. So, and if you did, you might consider tapping that like and subscribe for me, and leave me a comment and share. It'd be super as well. It helps me out a lot. So anyway guys, thanks for popping in for a look, and I shall catch you on a future video.